Hey there. Alright. Hopefully you can't hear that cicada. It's pretty loud. Cicadas are so loud and so annoying. You can probably hear that, honestly. I don't know. I'm going to assume that you can. I'm sorry. I can't stop the cicadas. And I have to record because it's been so long since I've recorded. I know I keep saying this in every subsequent video, but my upload pattern is getting more and more sporadic. I'm not happy with myself about that. I'm sorry. It's just there's a lot going on. And yeah, there's some things out of my control. There are also things that are within my control. So it's not all, I'm not the victim here or anything. I'm just saying. Anyway, my room is a mess. Thankfully you can't really see it too much because a lot of it is on the floor, but you can see a bit of it in the background. Now, to be fair, if you've noticed in any of my videos, really, my dressers are pretty messy, typically. I'm not the most organized person. So that happens. But it is particularly messy right now, and it's getting to the point where it's even I am finding problems with it. It's because when, there's stuff cluttered on your desk or something, I can handle that. But when things start cluttering the floor and it impedes your ability to move around and live, that's when things get a little too far even for me. So we're getting a little messy, but it's okay. Thankfully, like I said, you can't see it, so out of sight, out of mind for you. It's not out of sight for me, so it is in my mind. My brother and I are gearing up for an upcoming airsoft event. So I've got a bunch of crates and random boxes and stuff full of airsoft stuff just strewn about because I'm trying to get all my stuff together. I'm looking forward to the event, but I'm not looking forward to cleaning all of this shit up. That's for sure. So I just have a bunch of stuff all around my room, like this box for a UH-1 optic. Now, contrary to what you may think, no, I did not buy a $1,000 optic. This is a cheap Chinese knockoff. You gotta be smart about these things. But I think this might make good sounds because it's kind of it's a pretty nice case, honestly. I mean, it's made of a decent plastic. I can open it up. Try not to make too much sound. Hold on. The clasp is pretty strong. Okay, there we go. It's louder when you close it. But the inside just has foam. The optic isn't in here because it is on my gun currently, which is not in my room right now, so I can't show that to you. Sorry. But there's foam in here, and there's pamphlets. Honestly, the value you get for your money buying stuff from China is pretty insane. But I can make sounds with the foam. It's that eggshell, I think is what this is called. Eggshell or egg carton or something like that. Egg carton foam, eggshell foam. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it's got those ridges. And then there's nothing. Oh, almost hit myself in the face with that. There's nothing else in the box. So it just went in there like this. And I can make noise. I can make sound. This is an ASMR video. I can put it in your face for some visual ASMR. You probably couldn't hear it super well, but I did it, because I know you guys like visual ASMR. I like it too, okay? I like it too. You're not alone. You're not alone. But yeah, this is, I'm going to close it. Hold on, wait, sorry. It's going to be loud. It's going to be loud, but I'm going to edit it out, so you're not going to hear anything. I mean, you might hear something. Sometimes I leave in loud sounds, but I just dip the audio like a ton on it so that you can like still hear it, so that like it's not like, oh, this is going to be super loud and then it's just nothing, because I feel like that makes me look like an idiot. So I don't want to look like an idiot. So sometimes I leave loud sounds in kind of a little bit. So it might be one of those situations. Let's find out. That was loud, but probably not for you. But yeah, I feel like it's got that kind of like hollow. I don't know. I feel like that could be good sounds. You'll have to tell me. But I kind of like that. I like how that sounds. But yeah, this is a. I'm just clumsy right now, I guess. I don't know. It is a Chinese ripoff, and I'm pretty sure here. I could be completely wrong. But I'm pretty sure that it is not illegal to show off ripped off goods. I think it's illegal if I were to provide you with a link to buy them yourself, so I won't be doing that. But I don't think it's illegal to show off that I have purchased this knockoff object. But yeah, so this is based off of a real optic, which I'm not 100% sure what the actual price is, but it's probably upwards of like $1,000, maybe even more than $1,000. Obviously, outside my price budget, I got this for like $30. And honestly, it's really high quality. Now, it's probably nowhere near the quality of the real thing. It's also a completely different product technically, because this is in real life, or well, the real product. It is a holographic sight, which is a different technology from just a regular red dot sight. So this knockoff one is just a regular red dot sight. So it's not quite the same thing. But for what it is, for a red dot sight, it's actually pretty high quality. It's made out of good materials. It feels sturdy. It's got good construction. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like a $30 optic, especially considering, I mean, this is like your classic like airsoft red dot, right? I can show this. That is unsturdy, but we'll leave it there. So this is just how this works. You just, I'll show it. See there? Wow, look at the optic. So like the idea is that it, stays in place even when you're not, and like a lot of people think that like the reticle is just like printed on the glass. Like it's not printed on the glass. Like you can't see it unless it's actually lined up, because that wouldn't be useful. This thing's cheap as fuck though. This is like $15. And not that this is like a shit product. I mean, it works perfectly fine, especially for airsoft. But it is a little generic, There are like a lot of optic choices when it comes to airsoft. It's made of metal. Although there are parts of it that are plastic. This part is plastic. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that when you deviate from this design is like tried and true, and it's really cheap. When you deviate from this design, because there's a lot of different options, it very quickly becomes much more expensive than $15. So for this one, $30 for this is like a way better value in my opinion than the $15 for this. This one does have some kind of cool features though. This isn't like a sales pitch or anything. I'm not sponsored. I just like showing stuff like this. You can change the reticle. So right now it's just the circle and the dot. Technically you can't really see because this doesn't autofocus, but the circle is broken up, so it's like 4 quadrants of a circle. You can do like a crosshair, and then there's like a circle with a crosshair, and then there's just a plain dot. So there's 4 different reticles, and you can see them there. The different ones. And it also it can do red and green. So now it's red. So it's kind of cool. It has some cool things, but it's not particularly high quality. Um, I would say in general, like the build quality of the $30 Chinese optic is better than the $15 Amazon optic, which is definitely also built in China. And that's another thing. It's like you buy all these things. So like you go to like Evike or whatever. There's also like Airsoft GI, just like a airsoft retailer. And you know, they've got all these things. Those are also definitely from China. So it's like the idea of like, oh, I'm buying it from Evike, you know, it's like it's going to be higher quality. It's like not really. It's probably coming out of the same exact factory. You're just paying a huge markup because you're going through an American middleman. So, yeah. Also, like, what you get for your 30, like, the optic itself is high quality, but you also get this, like, pretty nice case, like, with the foam on the inside, and, like, it's sturdy. Like, it's solid. It's not a piece of shit case. Like, when you buy things from, like, Evike, they come in, like a paper or, like, a cardboard box. It's, like, it's a piece of shit. This is kind of cool. I mean, it's got a little graphic of the thing itself, and it's, you know, it's like reusable, you know. And I mean, as long as you don't fuck up the box, you can reuse a cardboard box too. But it's like, this is definitely more intended to last, right? And with this particular one, this isn't the case, but with some of the other things I've bought, you know, it also comes with like extra cables and stuff. It's like, I don't know, I just feel like you get a lot for your money when you buy things really cheaply from China. The one downside, though, is that it takes a really long time to ship. Especially in the modern age of, you know, Amazon and, you know, 2-day shipping. You get really used to that. Like if something takes like a week to get to you, it's like, that's a long time. These things, when you buy them from China, takes like 2 to 3 months to get to you, which is an excruciatingly long time. So yeah, that is the one downside. But otherwise, I would say there's like, at least for airsoft, like if you're buying stuff for like a real gun, there's like a necessity for precision and quality. For airsoft, no. Airsoft guns are just simply not that accurate to begin with. Also, it's all fake, you know, it's all fake. Like, at the end of the day, let's all be honest. Airsoft is just dress up for grown men. That's all it is. I don't need an $1,000 optic, you know. I don't need that. Like, some people are like, no, I only buy the real thing. It's like, I would much rather have 10 different optics rather than one really high quality optic. And all those 10 ones are, you know, kind of shitty. Although, like I said, this one, I wish I had it here because then I could show you. But it is genuinely, like, high quality. Like, for $30, it's just downright a steal. Like, I don't even understand how that's possible. I mean, I guess, you know, in the back of my mind, I understand how it's possible, but I'd rather not think about that. And like I said, you know, is there a little bit of a moral dilemma caused by me, you know, purchasing this item and potentially, you know, what's the word? You know, I'm buying into the system that's exploiting its workers, right? It's true. But then again, like, literally everything is built in China, and it doesn't matter if I buy it from Evike or if I buy it directly from China. Like, it's still going to be coming from the same factory, so it's kind of hard to avoid the whole, like, you know, sweatshop worker type of thing. It's kind of hard. It's a little different buying it directly from the source, I suppose, but if nothing else, I think it's just, you know, better for me and equal to them. So at least that's how I'm going to mentally justify it, so that I don't feel really bad about myself. But yeah, there's the case. I don't know if there's other things I could. There's batteries here. These did not come from China. They came from Amazon. Although, again, definitely China. But I can rattle them. Also, we are running out of space, so this might go down. We'll see what happens. I might try the classic, just start recording trick. Also, yeah, I don't know who decided it, but CR123A batteries, like every firearm attachment that uses electricity is like powered by these for whatever reason. I mean, it's convenient because they all use the same thing. And obviously, I'm being a little facetious. Not all of them. Oh, well, there goes the video. Not all of them use this battery, but a lot of them do. All right, let's see if we can just start recording again. All right, we're back. So yeah, not all of them use these batteries, but a lot of them do. It's just kind of strange. But yeah, okay. I feel like maybe I'm giving a grandiose idea of what it's like to purchase things from China. There is not a guarantee that it's going to be high quality. That's kind of the gamble, right? Which I guess is part of like the ease of conscience that comes with buying something from an American retailer, if you're in America, or I guess anywhere other than China, directly from the source, right? Is that, you know, you can look at the store page and it looks great, and then you get it and it's garbage. I will say that probably like 90% of the things that I bought and received were like decently high quality. At least like fully to expectation. Like if I spend like $10 on something, like I'm not expecting it to be that crazy good. And quite honestly, like with some of these things, I was the opposite, where I was like, I'm expecting it to be kind of shit, and it comes out pretty damn good. But full disclosure, that's not always going to be the case. Sometimes you will buy something and it's just a piece of crap. My nose is really itchy right now. I don't know why. It's just the gamble. That's part of the game. You can pay more for more of like a guarantee that it's going to be good, or you can risk it. So wait a long time, and there's still a decent chance that it'll be at least like functional, right? Like I said, like 90% of the stuff that I've bought is what I would consider completely passable, if not like equivalent to something that I would have bought for way more money. So I'm happy with my choice. There was one thing actually though that went wrong. Well, I mean, like I've bought some things that turned out to not be as great as I was hoping they would be, but there was one item, one purchase that I made that was ill-advised from the start. I didn't even consider this, which in hindsight I should have, but you know, what can you do? about like 2 years ago, probably 2 years ago, I purchased a suppressor for my airsoft gun. Now this was a mock suppressor, so it wasn't a real suppressor, but I can understand the confusion. The US has regulations and restrictions on suppressors for real firearms. You aren't just allowed to buy them and have them. It's a very not hard thing to get your hands on, but it is a process. You can't just buy them off the shelf. I bought one of these from China, and everything you buy from China has to go through customs. And they were not impressed with my purchase. So they took that, and I never got that. So a waste of money. It was only $15, but still, I got nothing for $15. Not my best, not my proudest moment. I guess I was thinking that it was pretty obvious that it was fake. I mean, maybe it had actual like baffles inside it, so maybe it actually would have functioned as a real suppressor. I don't know. I mean, the page didn't say. I just assumed that it was just kind of like a hollow tube of metal, like most mock airsoft suppressors are. But maybe it actually would have functioned. I don't know. I'm guessing that it was more U.S. Customs just being overzealous in their, protection of that. Which, I mean, I get it. It for all intents and purposes, it looked. I mean, that was the point, right? It was supposed to look like a suppressor. So I don't really blame them. I just wasn't thinking about it. So I would not recommend buying anything from China that, is regulated by the U.S. government, because they will steal it from you. You will not receive that item. Now, technically, they, when I got the letter saying, like, you're fucked, there were options on the letter about, like, I'm not exactly sure. I didn't pursue any of it because it was only $15, so I was like, fuck it, it's not worth my time. This is going to be a huge hassle, and I don't want to deal with that. So I just let it go. But there were options on the letter, so there's a possibility that either you could convince them that it was fake and that you could still receive it, or potentially get like a reimbursement, which, like, if I had spent like hundreds of dollars, I would have attempted to try to do something like that, but $15, it's just not worth it. Interestingly, the letter that I received said that the value of the item that they had seized was $100. It said $99, which is inaccurate. I don't know where they got that figure. I only spent $15 on it. Obviously, I don't think it had a price tag on it, so I guess they just pulled that out of their ass. I'm not sure. It did make me wonder, like, if I could get a reimbursement, would it be $100? Because I only spent 15. So then that got me thinking, like, is this like an infinite money glitch? You just buy like 1,000 of these suppressors. They come through customs. They get seized by customs. They get marked up by, like, what is that, like 7 times? Close to 7 times. And then they reimburse you 7 times the money you spent on all these suppressors. So you're just 7xing. You're getting 700% returns. I'm not sure. I doubt that would work. Honestly, if you tried to import like 1,000 suppressors, so they'd probably just put you in jail. I'm a little surprised personally that they didn't actually like come after me in real life. But I am grateful that didn't happen. Oh no. Okay, well, the video's going to shit. My phone is running out of battery. It's running out of space. Everything is going wrong. So the video is going to end there. But thanks for watching. Hopefully these sounds were good. This is kind of like an impromptu video. I know people asked to get teeth tapping. My nails are not quite long enough for that yet, but I'll make that video eventually. Don't worry. But yeah, there we go. There's the video. There's the video about me rambling about buying things from China. You never know. Give it a chance. I actually, I cannot condone buying things from China. Um, for legal reasons, I'm not 100% sure that you're allowed to do that. So, you know, I wouldn't personally. I would never stoop to that level, you know. Buy things from China for really cheap? Are you kidding me? I would never. I would never. I'm just saying, you know, Google exists and, you know, possibly by some miracle, you could accidentally type in the thing you're trying to buy, um, mixed with like China or something, and maybe find like a really cheap version of it. I don't know that that's how that works, you know, personally, but maybe that's possible. And if it is, then that is something that a person could do, you know. I personally, I as Connor Priola would never condone such behavior. Um, but you know, that is, you know, people have free will, right? So I mean, a person could potentially do that in theory. I don't know. That's all I'm thinking. Like, anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it to this part in the video,